everybody, this is for session 4, how you can model using a graphic organizer with your students. This is for an ESOL class, Algebra 1, double block. So this is the I do, we do, you do format, and I'm going to show the graphic organizer after. So I would model how to do this. For example, they would be plugging in the input. I would be telling them this is input and this is output. And I would be solving this equation. 2 times 1 is 2, minus 1 is 1. And I would do it next to each line. Not this fast, but I would do this part. And they have actually some guided notes to use along with the Smartboard presentation. And then there'd be the We Do page. Same format as what I just did on this previous page. And then I have class volunteers. And the thing is about the Smartboard, most of the students want to come up and touch the Smartboard. So I don't usually have to sort of impose somebody coming up. I do want to try to make sure everybody in the room at some point has a We Do chance. And the class can help, I can help. So this is We Do. I'll do this. They need to plot the coordinate x as 1, y as 1 on this coordinate graph. So I will plot each of these points. And then there'll be a We Do where one of the students comes up, or more than one student if they like. And so I go through all the different representations of functions I'm trying to teach. I'm filling out the coordinates of each of these. They do it. There's several different representations for functions that they need to become familiar with because they might see it many different ways in different textbooks, on their SOL test, and so forth. So that's the different representations that we work together with taking notes. When we finish that, this is just on this page for your benefit right now, but I generally would do this under a document camera because I can actually zoom in on certain sections very large to make it easier for kids to see if they're in the back of the room. But at this point, we model the different representations that we just saw all organized in one sheet of paper. So this is the graphic organizer for the different names and ways that you represent functions. So if they have something like y equals 2x, they're also going to learn now that y is the same as f of x. And then we would have filled out a table of values. And I'm going to show you a finished product in a minute. We will have gone through, actually I would have used the example up here. But we go through this example. I recap domain and range with them. I recap what we did in the lesson here. So I'm going to show you I like to use different colors, and I find it's actually easier for me just to use colored pencils and the document camera for this part because it comes out a little neater. So we're going to pan over to a finished product here. And you can see I like to color code. The input is one color, and then the output is another color. All the different representations that we used on the Smartboard activity or note-taking guide are represented here. This is just our graphic organizer that I want them to refer to as they're doing the work independently. So we just did some I do, we do, and then they get to classwork where this is mostly you do. However, since it's classwork, it can still be a we do. And then ultimately, they have homework. And then, of course, at this point, it really is a you do. That's it.